work.
Say what's up.
What's up? What's up? Cam Solo in the house with Cliff Solar Alarm.
Okay, thank you.
Around Salam Mel.
Thank you. Appreciate it, champ. Let me focus, okay?
Okay.
Peace, 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 peace. We gonna get Cam.
Okay, sorry.
All right. We're gonna get started in a second. I started a little early. Wanted to share this out. Hello? That was crazy. Okay, cool. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was at all, man. Peace, 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 peace. I'm Rami Salam Mel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Today, this is the Rise of the Moors Wakefield Standoff update as of August 17th. That's what today is. And 1 second here, I'm about to play some audio that I got sent to me. Shout out to, thank you to the brother that sent me this this information. Very important. Let me see here. And I'm gonna share it, and then once it's done, I'll talk about it real quick. But I'm gonna just let the audio play. If you have questions, feel free to type them in the chat while we listen.
387 Mass 252-257. Circumventing probable cause.
Oh, and I apologize. This is an audio clip that was posted. It is of Jamal Latimer, also known as Jamal Bey, the leader of the Rise of the Moors militia group. And this is him giving an update on the case, and what you'll hear for yourself.
May be invalid where effrontery to district court, obstruction of criminal process, or waste of judicial resources. Commonwealth of Massachusetts versus Span 383 Mass 142-145. Clearly during the probable cause hearing, we were ready for the probable cause hearing, but the prosecution is clearly maliciously trying to obstruct the criminal process by delaying the probable cause hearing to push an indictment, by trying to corrupt the defense attorneys into convincing Moors to make statements that aren't the truth, so that way they can get an indictment, because they had no probable cause. So since they had no probable cause, they're trying to avoid the probable cause hearing to get an indictment by maliciously attacking the defense attorneys, the defendants, to turn on themselves, so that way they get out of jail faster. I just wanted to say that. And it's a very sad thing that no one actually cares enough to do it. You know, there should be hundreds of thousands of Moors suing the state of Massachusetts and suing all these prosecutions, suing all these judges for doing what they're doing to Moors. You know, because they're doing it to not just declared Moors, they're doing it to hundreds and thousands of undeclared Moors. You know, and the Quran says that your brothers in adversity, you know, assist them, and your sisters in adversity, forsake her not. So we're not being assisted, and we have been forsaken. You know, the fact that there are protests at these people's houses, you know, peaceful protests at these people's houses, is proof that we've been forsaken. We've just been abandoned. You know, sad. Especially when all these Moors talk about they read law and they reference someone's enforcing their constitutional rights. They're not doing so. They're not doing it just for themselves, but they're doing it for the public welfare as a private attorney general. So they should see what's happening. They should see that we're fighting for everyone's constitutional rights, but people just want to do videos and they don't want to show up, or they just want to like comments or like pictures or like posts and comment on them. They don't want to actually show support and make a sacrifice. It's just sad. And for any more to think that we're going to make any change with this sluggish will, this attitude of passivity, we might as well just give up now. All of us. The entire nation might as well just unnationalize again.
Cease wearing your turbans and fezzes.
Yep.
And return to the state in which the prophet found you. Yeah, they should be at the jail, at the courthouses. They should be at the jails, at the courthouses.
Yep. At the prosecution's house, at the judge's house, peacefully protesting. People don't care. But bro, I have witnessed Moors threatening to kill another Moor over fiat.
Little bits of fiat.
I've seen Moors threatening to kill other Moors over having sexual relations with an ex. And in both situations, I had to intervene to come to some type of peaceful resolution as a sheik. So Moors are willing to kill their own people, but can't peacefully protest? That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy. Love to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. So when it comes to your own brother, you're willing to blindly go to justice and take his life. But when it comes to an actual open and blatant act of treason against your entire nation, nothing. Because the European is the Moorish god. Facts. That's a fact. The European, the pale-skinned, blonde-haired, blue-eyed European, and the pale-skinned, dark-haired, dark-eyed European is the Moorish god. Period. They don't honor their ancestors and their forefathers. They're not afraid of the universal law. That's not what they're afraid of. They're afraid of their pale-skinned god. That's why they don't challenge their pale-skinned god. And then when they do challenge them, right, they're so afraid that, their ego and their arrogance tries to mask their fear, so now they're yelling and throwing a fit like a child, throwing a temper tantrum because they can't confront their god. So they have to just emotionally outburst. It's sad. And by their god, I mean the European.
Just to give you an update, if you're just now coming in, this is Jamal Latimer, also known as Jamal Bey, leader of the Rise of the Moors militia group. He is speaking. This was recorded August 16th. I'll double check and I'll put that the specific time or the specific day that it was recorded. But let me continue.
That's all I got.
Alright, thank you. Okay, so yes, I am going to be doing a live ASAP. I'm probably not gonna be able to get to it today, but tomorrow I can definitely.
That was I won't continue on with that. But if you heard, just to summarize again, that was Jamal Latimer, also known as Jamal Bey, speaking from jail, giving an update on the situation, some things that I don't know if you caught. I just wanted to highlight again that I found interesting. He said he admitted that some of the members. Oh, actually, I do need to keep playing.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna let this continue to play. This is, I believe, his fiance or wife. This now speaking, Jamal Latimer or Jamal Bey. his wife or fiance is on the call with him, and now she's speaking after he got off. I wasn't going to play this part, but there is something important that I wanted to highlight. So I'm going to just let it play just a little bit longer.
And get that done. It's just hard when I have a baby who wants to be in my arms at all times. And, she likes to help by grabbing papers and things. So, as far as those of you, I think there's a more here who says they just need a plain defendant's list. I got you on that. I can just DM it to you. So just see some of your comments. I don't have the prosecutor's address, but if somebody wants to find it, that would be great. Also, the new judge that's been presiding over the case, Peter Doyle. Peter Doyle is a Commonwealth of Massachusetts judge. I need his address. We aren't doing anything as a nation to help these Moors. A very select few have actually been doing anything. Obviously, the donations definitely help keep the Moors fed in jail, but we don't need them in jail. We need them home. So, we need Moors to show up to court. We need Moors protesting at the jails, at the court, at these people's houses. That hurts, That hurts me. Why are you abusing me? Tell the people that they have to do something so they can get Daddy out of jail. Tell them. Nothing? Oh my goodness. Little girl. So, yes, please. It's disheartening when Moors aren't even showing up to court. Disheartening. And then, we want to say, yeah, we're a nation and we're this and we're that, but, what are you doing? And it's not even just about lawsuits, because paperwork without the physical force of people's bodies physically there, present, demanding, is nothing. Paperwork without something to back it is nothing. So we don't just need lawsuits, we need Moors present. This is an attack on your nation. This is the closest that we've ever gotten to actually be a nation, to form a militia. And we're just gonna let that go down the drain. You can get blocked post haste, because everybody thinks they have the answer and everybody thinks they know what we've been doing. Everybody thinks they know what steps we've taken. Okay, tell me what steps we've taken. Matter of fact, don't tell me, because I really don't care what you have to say. And I'm speaking to whoever this person is in the chat.
Sorry, I don't know exactly where it is. I just heard this earlier today, and I needed to go live to get this information out. So just bear with me a little bit longer.
You will be blocked immediately. Anyway. It seems as if we're not positive, but it's looking like one more has been released on probation, which means he lied on a certain particular person's name to get out. So he's probably flipped as a state witness and to just agree to whatever the state wants him to say. So that's not good. The last hearing that they had, name.
I want to just highlight, this is the part I was looking for.
It seems as if we're not positive, but it's looking like one more has been released.
However,
on probation, which means he lied on a certain particular person's name to get out. So he's probably flipped as a state witness and to just agree to whatever the state wants him to say. So that's not good.
All right, that was a piece that I was looking for. That specific piece. To just summarize kind of what was said, it was a lot of information. If you go back, you can listen to it a little more carefully. Let me put this in. So okay. Uh, so Jamal had expressed that um, Jamal and his fiance, wife, have both expressed that they believe more should be protesting at the judges and the prosecutors' house, um, as well as the jails and the courthouse. I just want to go on record and say, um, please don't. My opinion here. This is just my opinion, separate from the facts. Moors, please do not go to these judges or prosecutors' house protesting. Um, I'm not sure of the laws, but I'm almost certain that is not legal. It's something, and it's just not a very wise thing to do. I don't think it's going to be helpful at all. Um, I think it is a very bad idea, and true Moorish Americans should not be doing anything like that. I just want to put that on the record, um, because I think that kind of suggestion or that mentality is very dangerous, and we don't want to support that, or I don't want to even be confused as if I'm supporting that at all. Um, okay, so back to the news. They suggested that more should be protesting at the judges and the prosecutor's house, as well as the jails and the courthouse. Um, Jamal, the leader of the Rise of the Moors militia group, he expressed that he felt the Rise of the Moors have been forsaken and abandoned. Um, he felt that the Moors that are only just making videos about the rise of the Moors, but the saying that they support the rise of the Moors, but aren't going to the courthouse, they aren't really helping. He also expressed that Jamal expressed that the Europeans are, quote, the Moors' God. Um, it's a very strange statement to make. Um, It was one important part here, and then obviously, the most important part to all of that, in my opinion, um, was Jamal's wife or fiance expressing that at least one Rise of the Moors militia group member was released from jail on probation, and is apparently working with the state other prosecutors. To what capacity, to what statements have been made by that individual, who the individual it is, we don't know at this time, but that's at least what is being reported. Um, and as she said, it doesn't look good for the remaining Rise of the Moor militia group members. Um, yeah, that's not the best situation there. Again, they have, if you aren't familiar, just to give you an update, they had a court date August 9th for a probable cause hearing that was extended and pushed back until September 8th. So they're still awaiting the probable cause hearing, but it looks like behind the scenes, there's some movement going on with the case and some things happening. Um, I also, man, I appreciate the comments. Brother Noble Q, I just wanted to express. I wonder how they would feel if they had their addresses put out in the public. Yeah, also, just I wanted to express on that. When I heard both Jamal and his fiance or his wife speak to that, immediately I thought to myself, what do they believe protesting at the judge's house or the prosecutor's house? What do they feel that will actually do for the case? In my mind, I'm wondering, do they feel that that is some lawful way of proving their innocence, or I don't know exactly what the mentality is behind that, but I don't think it's a good idea to post anybody's address. If if you're watching this and you support the rise of the Moors, please don't go posting a judge or prosecutor's address online. I personally, again, would advise you not to do that and follow that advice at all. Um, yeah. Um, uh, yeah. Hamad Malik. Indeed. Indeed. Europeans are God. There is no God but Allah. For someone to say anything other than that, that is committed the greatest sin. Yeah, I don't understand where that kind of came from. But my opinion here, just my opinion, I believe it's possibly out of frustration due to the situation. Um, I'm not exact. Oh, excuse me. I'm not exactly sure, but it's possible. And speaking of that, we also have another update. Um, Aside to the case, but it's connected. If you didn't know, the Rise of the Moors militia group, they apparently filed a $70 million defamation lawsuit against um, various group of people, media outlets, different people. But then we just had news break, uh, and this is coming via. I don't actually. Oh, wait a minute. I was gonna say I don't have a link for it, but I do. Wow. Wow. So I'll drop this link in here. Shout out to and I have to say much respect to Artie's Corporate Fiction. Um this channel and some others, but this channel put out the video today, which is titled Rise of the Moors Lawsuit Dismissed. So you can go to his channel for the full video. Let me just drop the link in there so you can just check it out. And I'll put the link in the description. But he also included the court document um, for the case, the United States District Court for the District of Rhode Island. Um, and I just read the case, the plaintiffs versus the defendants, just so you can get a understanding. Jamal Talib Abdullah Bey, aka Jamal Latimer, Quinn Kabir L, aka Quinn Cumberlander, Tarif Sharif Bey, aka Aaron Johnson, Lucia L. Port Lucia L. Por Libertad, aka Stephen Perez, Jamil Rasul Bey, aka Lamar Dow, Will L. Musa, aka Wilfredo Hernandez, Aban L. Kurig, uh, Aban L. Kurig, semicolon, Conald Soliman Kieskieno, aka Conald Pierre, Robert L. Dawn, aka Robert Rodriguez, and Omar Malik Antonio L, aka Omar Antonio. Those were the plaintiffs for the case. The defendants were the Medford, Massachusetts State Police, um, uh, Matthew McDivitt, Massachusetts State Trooper, Ryan Casey, State Trooper, Mike Sullivan, Mass State Trooper, Sergeant Burnham, State Trooper, Mass Trooper Orlando, Mass State Trooper, Commonwealth of Massachusetts, AT&T News, Comcast, NBC, Universal News Media, News Corporation News Media, Viacom News Media, CBS News Media, and Emily Carsetter, the judge. So that's all of the people they sued in this $70 million case. And um, as it explains here that the case was dismissed, and it says the court concludes the plaintiffs have failed to state a claim on which relief may be granted, and thus dismisses their complaint and denies their motion. And I let Artie, he was explaining it in the video, but that um okay, okay, that's what it was. He was explaining it in the video, but essentially they were trying to sue in federal court to move the situation from the Massachusetts jurisdiction to federal court, and it was explaining that The court must abstain from hearing such challenges based on doctrine established in Younger v. Harris, 401 U.S. 337, 1971, which reflects a long-standing public policy against federal court interference with state court proceedings. So basically, it's explaining the federal court was like, whoa, we ain't got jurisdiction, we can't interfere. The state got something going on right now. We got to fall back and let them handle their thing. We can't just come and take over and do whatever we want. That's from my understanding. Um, uh, it explains and it goes further. It says when these elements are met, Younger instructs federal courts not to interfere with ongoing state court litigation. And then it also explained, if I can find one more fact here into the case that I thought was pretty interesting. Here we go. Yeah, it's that well, let me get the actual sentence. That they pardon me. It was that it was absent of any clear defamation allegations. That was the thing. I'm trying to find the actual part that they didn't. The complaint. That's it. That's the thing I want to see. Thank you. Shout out to Artie because he actually highlighted this. It was in the footnotes. Plaintiffs also alleged defamation in their complaint, presumably bringing the claim against the numerous news media corporations listed as defendants. However, their attached affidavit of fact fails to include a single mention of defamation or of any of the defendant corporations. Accordingly, plaintiffs have failed to state a claim of defamation. I'm going to read that sentence one more time. The plaintiffs, the Rise of the Moors militia group, they alleged defamation. And they were alleging that against the news medias and all the different people. But it says, their attached affidavit of fact fails to include a single mention of defamation. So when they submitted the lawsuit, they submitted an affidavit of fact, of facts about the case. And in that affidavit of fact, it's saying here, according to the court document, that the Rise of the Moors militia group failed to include a single mention of defamation. So the lawsuit was a $70 million defamation lawsuit. But in the affidavit of fact, they failed to even mention defamation as well, or any of the defendant corporations. And so the court basically said they didn't provide anything to go on. So they failed to even state a claim of defamation. In short, the defamation lawsuit was dismissed. They apparently do have grounds to appeal. It doesn't seem very likely that they'll win. They didn't provide any documentation or any statements or any evidence to support their claim of defamation. And so unfortunately for the people that may have felt like, oh, the Rise of the Moors, they're gonna get this big lawsuit with $70 million. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But I gotta say again, shout out to Artie's Corporate Fiction, that YouTube channel, because they are doing a pretty good job documenting, even with the links and all of that. Oh man, yeah, basically they filed improper paperwork with no merit of standing. Black Enigma, yeah. Oh, no. Go back, sit back down, man. Thank you. Okay. All the explanations are in the footnotes. Thank you, Black Enigma. Hamad Malik, exactly. The Constitution clearly separates what is in the federal court's lane and the state court's lane. And I think that's important to highlight Hamad Malik because far too often you may see more people that claim Moorish American on YouTube and on social media, um, professing that they are very well knowledgeable of the law, and they have all this legal knowledge and wisdom, and this is what you have to do when you say this in court, and you can get these things dismissed. I think it's important. Um, I think it's important to really look at this case and reflect and just be mindful not to believe what people say just because they may sound like they know what they're talking about. Um, because that's often how people are easily manipulated or misled. And I think, unfortunately, that was the case for some of the individuals mixed up with the Rise of the Moors militia group. I think that they may have bought into the leader's charismatic talk and all of the videos that seem like he's very well knowledgeable of the law, but unfortunately, as this case is unfolding, it's seeming more and more, at least based on the evidence, that they don't really have a good grasp of the law, be it the United States of America and the Constitution, um, or international law as well. But anyways, that's my opinion. Let me put that to the side. Um, peace, Robbie. Peace to everybody that's tapping in. And also, I'll put this. I will put this in the description. But I just made a kind of playlist of all of these different things that's been going on, just to kind of keep it all structured and together. Because it's a if you're just now coming into this and your first time understanding like what is this Rise of the Moors militia group, it can be a bit confusing. But yeah, just check out that link and go through the videos and get updated on the situation. Again, I just want to stress the importance of understanding that true Moorish Americans, we know that we are American citizens. It's in our teachings and in our instructions, in our guidance to obey the government, to not cause confusion or try to overthrow the government. Um, True Moorish Americans are not a part of this Rise of the Moors militia group. These are some individuals who are identifying as Moors, but what they are teaching and their actions and their philosophy and their ideology, all of that is something completely separate from the Moorish Science Temple of America and Moorish Americans in that sense. Um, yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that I highlighted that difference. Um, I think that is terms of information. I think that is all the information that I had right now in terms of new information breaking with the case. Um, Manye Sabir Bay. I apologize if I mispronounced that. If thy brother is in adversity, assist him. If thy sister is in trouble, forsake her not. May the ancestors, spirit guides, and angels assist with releasing our brothers, and may we all learn from this. Um, I appreciate that comment. And also, I did hear Jamal kind of hinting towards that. And I think that's maybe why he used the term forsaken. Um, and that if you aren't familiar, that first part of that commentary is from the Quran Circle 7 that was brought to us by Noble Drew Ali. I think it's important to take this moment to realize that we cannot try to double dutch or like hop in and out, and when it's convenient, pull from the teachings of Noble Drew Ali and say, see, it says if the brother is in adversity, assist them, forsake them not. But then in other situations, you completely dismiss the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. You know what I mean? I think that is a very dangerous thing to do and a very irresponsible thing to do, and it's kind of manipulative. You know what I mean? What I will say is that if you are truly Manye, if you are truly concerned about the rise of the Moors militia group, if you truly want to assist them, I think the best thing that people can do if they really want to assist them is to get word, email, text, make a video, DM, whatever you need to do, but get in contact with their people, with his girlfriend or his wife, his fiance, and express to them that maybe they just need to uh, admit they made some mistakes and try to work with the state to see about getting as less time as possible. You know, because I think, and this is my opinion, now it's Rami's opinion, not facts. It's my opinion that if they continue down the hostile, aggressive, combative stance towards the government, it's not going to turn out well for them. You know what I mean? So, to your point, Manye, I think we should assist brothers and sisters, and we shouldn't abandon people. But I also think um, that we can't help people who don't want to be helped. You know, and certain people, they have their agendas and they have their goals in mind, and they're on their path, and it's nothing anyone can say uh, to try to assist them back on the right path. Um, and sometimes in that situation, the best you can do is pray for them and uh, and help the ones that uh, will allow themselves to be helped. Yeah. Um, what does the D stand for? Go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was completely off track. Let me focus out the last few things here. I think there are federal laws against stalking judges and other court officials. Man, Malik. Yeah, see, I'm not familiar on the laws, but this is just from a common sense perspective. I think you are really going to get yourself in trouble if you try to go to prosecutors or judges' houses. I think that is the absolute, not the worst, but I think it is one of the, uh, it's not a good idea. I'm going to just say that and move along. In Virginia, there are laws against stalking judges. Yeah, yeah. So if there are any Rise of the Moors militia group members watching this, please get to your people and express to them they should probably think twice, double check the laws um, before doing anything like that, because that definitely can and most likely will be seen as extreme or radical. Um, and you don't want to be associated with those kinds of actions, already considering the situation that the Rise of the Moors militia group is in and all of that. you know but hey, man, that's just my opinion on the matter. um you know I'm just a more pushing love and peace. What do I know? um I think that about wraps it up for this evening. um if there are any more updates with the Rise of the Moors, any more news that comes out um regarding the case, I'll definitely update you. But as of now, unless anything shakes, I'll be back September 9th. 8th, 9th, somewhere around there, with an update on the case. Thank you for watching. Oh, if you have any questions, regarding this information or the case or my perspective, uh, you can email me at iamhhtemple@gmail.com. Once again, iamhhtemple@gmail.com. Or you can just drop a comment in the comment section. It's all good. I'll be in there answering questions. Just be respectful if you could. I think that's about it. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Keep shining, and especially, I mean, everybody out there, hopefully, but especially to my Moorish brothers and sisters out there, we got to stand on love. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Those are our principles, but love is the first one. Love is the key. Love is the way. I forgot the rest. Much love to you. Peace.